With the crisis in the Middle East escalating, Israel overnight attacking an Iranian nuclear reactor, a facility that was inactive.
And Iran firing missiles into Israel, hitting a medical building. It was 1 week ago tonight when Israel launched airstrikes targeting Iran's nuclear program.
Sources say President Trump has approved attack plans in Iran, but has not made a final decision on U.S. involvement just yet. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the latest on this. Nicole, good morning.
Well, Lionel, as President Trump considers a potential U.S. military strike in Iran, one concern is the 40,000 troops at U.S. bases in the region, bases that could be vulnerable. This morning, a major escalation in the Middle East. Israel striking Iran's Arak heavy water reactor, a facility southwest of Tehran. Iranian state-run media says there was no radiation danger and the facility had already been evacuated. Hours earlier, Israel sharing a satellite image of the plant circled in red, similar to warnings issued before other airstrikes. At the same time, Iranian missiles hitting multiple locations inside Israel today, including a direct hit on a medical building in southern Israel. Firefighters say apartment buildings were also hit.
We just come down to one of the impact sites here in Tel Aviv. Dozens of Iranian missiles fired into the heart of Israel's biggest city. You can see the destruction to the building here, but also not just to office blocks, but also to residential apartments. Scenes of total chaos here as emergency services try to get to work.
Israel carried out a series of strikes across Iran overnight, which began last week after Israel claimed Iran was close to completing a nuclear bomb. Now, President Trump is considering U.S. military action.
I have ideas as to what to do, but I haven't made a final. I like to make the final decision 1 second before it's due, because things change. I mean, especially with war.
In the White House Situation Room, sources say Trump was briefed on military operations for striking Iran, including a plan to destroy Iran's Fordo nuclear facility deep inside a mountain using a weapon only the U.S. has.
I'm told that if that final order is given from President Trump, this would not be a single strike on the Fordo facility. It would be a series of strikes with 30,000-pound penetrator bombs from B-2 stealth bombers.
Iran's supreme leader has rejected President Trump's demand for an unconditional surrender. Iran's deputy foreign minister warning of retaliation.
If the Americans decide to get involved militarily, we have no choice but to retaliate wherever we find the targets necessary to be acted upon. So that is clear and simple, because we are acting in self-defense.
On Capitol Hill, debate intensifying over possible U.S. involvement. Top Democrats saying President Trump must consult Congress and seek authorization if he's considering taking the country to war against Iran, while Republican Senator Lindsey Graham showing support for military action, saying Trump should finish the job.
I don't want to get involved either, but I've been saying for 20 years, maybe longer, that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I've been saying it for a long time. And I think they were a few weeks away from having one. Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Too much devastation. And they'd use it. I believe they'd use it. Others won't use it, but I believe they'd use it.
And the U.S. military is now helping evacuate some diplomats and other Americans from the U.S. Embassy in Israel. But of course, the question remains, can last-minute diplomacy prevent further escalation? Rhiannon.
All right, Nicole, thank you. A lot of questions there. And we, of course, will bring you any new developments from Israel just as soon as we get them.
Now to the